registrations. So, my lord, it was thought proper, pro-student measure, that let everyone get an opportunity to apply. But the relevant figures are now, my lord, with me.
No, but this order was in respect to one student,
One student only.
who had not paid his fees.
Correct.
So now what did the NTA do? NTA allowed everybody to apply afresh.
Yes, correct.
NTA had received 3,000 presentations and 900 emails on account of inability of the students to make the application due to mismatch, not able to, Aadhaar authentication could not be done by most of the students. OTP was not received, OTP could not be received, and fees could not be made. So all these aspects were the subject matter of these representation. In the light of this court order and the order of the Honorable High Court of Karnataka, we opened up this registration.
But this order had nothing to do with
This
that.
order is
The
only
Karnataka disposed it.
But the
as
relevant
informed.
figure is this. My lord, we received, as my learned friend says, because of these difficulties, they could not make the my lord, appropriate application within time. My lord, we received 15,000 new registrations, approximately, maybe plus minus. My lord, we received 3,000 physical representations and 900 representations on email. But the relevant figure is this. Out of this new 14,094 students, I'm sorry, 15,094 students,
Yes.
those who will be getting admission in 1,08,000 are only 44.
44 students are
Qualifying for getting admission and are within 1,08,000, which is the total number of medical seats.
14.
And let's 12,665 candidates are getting less than 200. That means they are failing.
12,000.
665 out of these.
200 marks out of
720.
720.
They are failing. Out of 1,500, 12,000 are 15,000, 12,000 are failing. Just to indicate and satisfy.
Only 44 got in at
Yes.
To satisfy our lordship's conscience
Yes.
that this was not, my lord, intended to help someone.
Right.
It was, my lord, a pro-student measure ultimately that we have received 3,000 physical representations and 900 representations on email. Let window be open for 2 days. And the figure new registration is 15,094. 15,085, not I stand corrected.
Oh. Mr. Huda.
Yes, Lord. Lord, I don't want to spend much time on
No,
that.
one more aspect, Manoj. There was one kind of a discrepancy which was noticed in the first half regarding the Jaipur. The chart which your lordships have seen contains registration is 15,000, where in 2003 and 2004 there was an increase. In 2003, 3 persons fall within, let's say, first 100, and it became 4. In Jaipur, that is Rajasthan, 2023 also 9 students were in first 100, and this time also they were in first 100. So that chart depicts cities where there is an increase this time, which is from 224, 225. The rest are 110, 110, etc.
Yes, on the IIT chart, I don't want to spend much time, just 2-3 tables I want to show, and I want to proceed because there is much better evidence on record to show a leak and a systemic.
Now, what are your submissions? Now, why don't you formulate
My
your
submission with regard to IIT chart, first was that there is a conflict of interest. 2, they have taken the data of 23,33,000 to have this bell-shaped curve and to say that it does not show any abnormality. I say 1 or 2 or 3% insertion of other candidates using unfair means can't be detected in such large data.
Yes.
Third, I say the different tables they give, they are giving without declaring the result, they are giving the data only with regard to 2 to 3 cities and not the entire data for the scrutiny of the petitioners. It is a
Yes.
sampling they have done to suit their own. Eight and 9 at page 15, they are drawing, let me kindly see table 8 and 9, how wrong they have gone in their analysis. They are showing on table 8 at page 15, the center-wise rank of top 500. Now, my lord, for 24 is the table 4. So Bhatinda, they say only 5. Sikar, they say 4. Surat, they say 4. Now, my lord, they are comparing this with the data of 23.
Where did you get that? Where did you get that table?
Table 8, my lord.
Table 8.
Correct. Table
Yes.
8, center-wise rank of 2024, my lord.
Yes.
So they focus on Bhatinda, Sikar, and Surat, and they give the number of students. Now the next table, they are comparing the two tables to show that there is no abnormality. In the next center-wise rank of 23 of top 500. Now they are comparing Rajkot with Bhatinda, Vijayawada with Sikar, Delhi with Surat. I do not know how they do it. If they are doing a comparison, center-wise rank of two different years, they have to compare apple with apple. But they say, no, we will do it like this. This doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And the argument I'm making is, they cannot take support of this IIT Madras report to say that there is no leak and there is no cheating.
No, that
and
is, that they're
the
doing
only
they,
thing is,
they're seeing if there's any abnormality. That's all.
they,
Whether there's a leak or
IIT
not, you have to establish
thing-
aliende.
Yes, the only thing is IIT Faridabad has not been able to pinpoint the red flags. They say we have not been able to find it. Everything seems to be normal. Now, Lord, may kindly see table 16 straight away, and then I don't want to waste Lord's time on this table because that is not a clinching on either side. Just to show that the kind of inflation is there, which is shown in table 16. And they say this is normal. I say this is not normal. Lord, may kindly see page 17. Now they have given the total number of candidates for 3 years with a rank of 550 to 720. Lord, this is the marks range 550 to 720. This table 16. 2022 in this marks range. Lord, I have done the total. The total of 2022 from marks range of 550 to 720 is 49,134. Lord, may kindly note it somewhere.
24.
49,134 is 2022 total candidate in the marks range of 550 to 720. For the next year, 2023, my lord, the number goes up to 64,520. If I total, my lord, all the 4 categories given here.
For 2022, how much was it?
My lord, 2022, it was 49,134.
Yes.
23, my lord, this number goes up to 64,520.
And?
There is an increase of 15,000 crore approximately.
And 24?
And 24, this figure goes to 1,42,137. So the increase is 77,000. So the previous year, the increase was 15,000.
How many students actually appeared in 2022, 23 and 24? Total students.
Yes, Lord, there is an increase of about 1 lakh students.
2022, how many students appeared?
Lord, it is 3 lakh students. 2.95 to be precise.
2.95 lakh
That's-
students.
It will be more.
And
Can't be that.
23,
No, it must be much more.
Can't be, it has to be more.
Mr. Kaushik, in 2022, how many students appeared?
okay, yes, Lord, I have this.
Yes, yes, total.
Total number.
1,87,000.
Yes. Lord, to,
1 lakh?
It is. No,
I have the exact figures.
Once again, 18.
I have the exact figures, Lord.
I've got the figure, correct figures. It's 18,72,343 registered,
18 lakh 72,000.
17,64,571 actually appeared.
17 lakh?
17,64,571. Yes, 22. In 24 minutes,
23?
23 registered is 20,87,462.
Yes. How many appeared?
Appeared is 20,38,596.
And 24?
24 minutes registered is 24,06,079.
And appeared?
Appeared is minutes 33,32,297.
So between 22 and 24, the number who registered has gone up from 18 to 24, which is about, say, 33% increase. And those who appeared increased from 17.64 to 23, again about, say, 33%, 1/3 increase. So as opposed to the increased number of students, about 33% increase, the number in the top echelons has gone up almost by 300%, from 50,000 to 1,40,000.
The increase, Lord, I have another.
Necessarily draw a correlation that therefore the examination is
Maybe
reached.
they have better lot also. But there is a reason given by Lord S.
They,
Understood by them.
according to you, there was a reduction in the syllabus.
No, they have, Lord, IIT Madras, IIT,
Disclose in their response that there was a corresponding increase which we have placed on record. There is not a whisper. And just one thing more.
There was an increase in the syllabus.
There's an increase in the syllabus. And neither the IIT Madras is talking. IIT Madras.
How do you demonstrate that there was an increase in the
Lord,
syllabus?
I have a document placed on record. Lord, they can't deny it.
Show us that.
I will straight away show it. Just want to show it here. Just one thing. Increase of number of people in the examination in 2021 was 1,78,000. 22, it was 2.2 lakh increase. In 23, 2.74 lakh. And 24, the increase is 2,95 lakh. So the increase is almost linear. From
About 33% increase every year.
Lord, Lord, in terms of lakhs, Lord, I'm saying.
It's about 1/3, roughly
Lord,
one.
1.7 lakh, 2.2 lakh, 2.74 lakh, and now 2.95 lakh. It's almost linear.
15%.
15% at every year. Here, the jump is, Lord, fivefold. In the number of candidates falling in that category, 77,000. Previous year, the difference was
No,
15,000.
but can this by itself be indicated of a leak in the question paper?
No, Lord, I would say there is
So
a
you want to
smoking gun
define
on the blood. Lord, it's a red flag. Acha, एक second, वो document it.
How do you show
Syllabus.
that the
Lord,
syllabus?
Lord, may kindly have my supplementary note circulated yesterday.
your lordship would note, even in the first bracket, that is 700 to 720, there is a remarkable jump. In 2022, 99 students, my lord, fall within
That goes up to 2321.
and 350
Yeah.
in last year. That is also almost, my lord, there.
Right.
So that keep on happening because many students, my lord, appear, they could not make it, they reappear in the next year. These are the dynamics.
In that marks range, 22 to 23, the increase was 15,000. 23 to 24, in the same marks range, the increase is 77,000.
Mr.
I'll leave it there. I'll leave it
Uda,
there, Lord.
you have to have something more concrete.
That's right. I will,
Just give
I'm
us a
straight away
statistical,
coming, Lord, to the best part of my submission.
You are the best part.
Yes, I am straight away coming just
Yes.
after showing that there is an increase in this labor.
Show us that.
Yes, Lord, allow me, Lord, my supplementary submission circulated yesterday.
Nice me. Yes.
This annexure A, page 7. But the following syllabus was increase in the NEET UG 24 examination topic increase in biology. My lord, this is the topic added. And then, my lord, on the next page, topics increased in chemistry.
Yeah.
Then, my lord, page 8 is the topics increased in chemistry. My lord, these are the topics added at page 8. And then, my lord, page 9, topics increase in physics. Notified just 5 months before the examination. $18 topics, my lord, in physics, chemistry, and biology. And what surprisingly, the conduct of NTA is that there is not a whisper that this syllabus is not only reduced or deleted part of it, but it is increased also. They should have come clean.
All right. You got it.
Now, let's state away this honorable court on the last date of hearing directed NTA to identify, first of all, this honorable court directed that how the paper was set, how it was sent to printing, then how it was sent to the centers. The chain of custody. Now, in the chain of custody, their reply is.
Now you're going to the most important
That's
point.
right, straight up.
So what is the submission now? You just formulate it.
Yes,
That we'll get it.
the submission is, their own case is that the questions papers were dispatched for the respective cities on 24th of April 2024. I'm sorry, 24, no. Overall, 24th of April 2024, the papers were dispatched through a reputed courier company, which is a private company in any case. Their name has also come a lot in everywhere. And it reached the SBI and Canara Bank on 5th of May 2024. 3rd of May, I'm sorry, 3rd of May 2000. It was in rickshaw.
Now, just one clarification. They were sent to the SBI Canara branches in those cities, or what happened? Where were they sent to?
They were sent to the cities.
So wherever that's the total exam, that exam was held in how many cities? 571 centers in 90, how many cities?
571 cities.
4,700
4,750 centers.
Right, we had said that last.
Now, with regard to the interesting part now comes.
So these papers were sent to SBI and Can Bank in these 571 cities.
That's right. This is what they say in their reply.
So each of these cities had a SBI branch and a Can Bank branch.
Yes.
And the dispatch, may I notice this date?
So they were dispatched on 24/4
74
and reached on 3rd May.
Receipt is 5th of May 2024.
5th.
3rd of May.
3rd.
3rd of May 2024.
So the time gap is about almost 9 days.
Yes, this is one aspect.
He's talking
They
about
have not divulged. Now, please,
He is referring to Patna.
I'm not referring to Patna. I'm coming to
Yeah, we are not fighting.
Hazaribagh and then Patna. I'm not. That is a separate story.
Hazaribagh.
Hazaribagh.
इसका वो सीधा हमारा हमारी सप्लीमेंट्री नोट
Papers were sent uniformly on the 24th of April.
I will explain, Manoj, as CBI has investigated the entire chain from the printer till it is delivered to the center, and how there are checks and balances, sealing, GPS tracking. If there is any tampering, then the GPS immediately Manoj, sounds alert that there is at some stage at this particular place on this particular date there is a Manoj,
BOLR.
there are digital lockers, locks, etc. Manoj. I have given Manoj that detail. There is a 7-layer security, 7-layer safety features. Which,
And number, what has come on record now? I'm straight away coming to that. It was dispatched on 24th of April 24. I'm sorry, 28th of April to.
But you just said 24th. So was the
No,
date of
no,
this?
With regard to Hazaribagh,
No, one thing we want to know. Let's be clear on facts. Was the dispatch for all centers, all cities on the same day?
Yes, let's from the printing press, but its destinations are different across the country, including Andaman Nicobar. It takes separate time. So we have.
That you're right. But for the dispatch across the country, did the papers leave the printing press on the same day?
They start leaving, they start leaving. They start leaving depending on the distance between 24th April to 28th April. They are dispatched from the printing press.
may I explain that system, Manoj, how it starts and how it is received by the center?
So the printing press basically distributed the answer sheets and the question paper.
There are 2 printing presses because there are 2 papers.
Right.
One of them is to be chosen.
Right. So the 2 printing presses started distributing the the question papers between the 24th and the 28th
in different cities.
in different cities.
24 to 3rd May for others. With regard to Hazaribagh, 28th to 3rd of May.
For dispatch.
Yes, my lord. Dispatch for Hazaribagh, they say in the affidavit, NT affidavit, my lord, I just want to read. Because in deference to my lord's direction, that how it was transported, you specify. They have filed a reply. I want to read one paragraph
Right.
of the, my lord, NTA additional reply, page 6. My lord, NTA additional reply. In my case, my lord. Transportation of question papers to custodians, my lord. I'll just read it and not.
Lord, I'm not
Then
taking this
demonstrate.
adversarially, this would help you also. Understand the system.
Please let me read it and then.
All right. Where is the NTA additional reply page?
My lord, page 6, my lord.
958.
Which deals with NTA additional reply, my lord. This is 10th of July.
PDF page 953 in Vanchika Yatram transportation.
This is 10th of July, my lord, in Vanchika Yadav affidavit.
Yes.
Lord, may kindly see page 6 bottom. They're talking of Roman 8, transportation of question papers to custodians. say the sealed trunk was handed over to a reliable all India logistic company for transportation and when dispatched based on distance of examination center across the country. The sealed iron trunks for Hazaribagh, Jharkhand were dispatched on 28th of April 2024. The authorized company loaded the sealed iron trunks into a dedicated closed body vehicle and an electronic lock was put on the door along with one-time seal. The movement of this vehicle was tracked by the logistic company. The truck has also the digital lock with a GPS tracker giving real-time information.
के बाद अपना सब
Just a minute, please.
इसको हम दोबारा ही करेंगे मतलब $531 मान के चल
body vehicle with electronic locks. And on 3rd of May, this paper trunk was found to be traveling in an e-rickshaw open to sky being delivered at the Oasis school. And there is a photograph on record shows the principal who has now been arrested by the CBI is receiving the trunk, not the SBI bank, but the Hazaribagh school principal. The affidavit before this honorable court is factually incorrect and doesn't even capture that basic part. Here, they say on 3rd of May, page 7, the last bullet of this para, the sealed iron trunk were delivered to the concerned custodian SBI Bank at Hazaribagh, Jharkhand on 3rd of May and was kept in a safe vault by the bank. The bank received the trunks and gave an acknowledgement to the logistic company. Now, Lord, straight away, allow me to come to my supplementary submissions, Lord, which I have placed even the photographs on record, showing that where this trunk was being taken in an e-rickshaw, open to sky with one driver.
Can you now formulate your submissions? You're saying that now, you've seen now the broad lay of the matter. Your contention is the leak is absolutely widespread and systemic.
One,
Now,
happened.
how do you formulate your submission?
Lord, what I say is, because this honorable court pertinently asked them a question.
No, but just formulate it. Just formulate. We're not able to
My
get your point now. We've
formulation
seen
is-
the broad.
There
plan.
is a systemic failure in conducting the examination by NTA. And the multiple failures, my lord, if I enlist, the failure is multi-dimensional, and if I enlist serial wise, my lord,
Yes,
please.
just tell us.
Yes. The transportation of the question paper got compromised when for 6 days the question paper remained in the hands of a private courier company. And in support, I have to say about the evidence on record indicating that the question paper for this examination was being transported in an e-rickshaw 2 days prior to the examination
At Hazaribagh, no?
at Hazaribagh on 3rd of May. And instead of it being taken to straight away to the bank, probably there was no clarity on the direction where the question paper will go. So the e-rickshaw driver took it to the Oasis school.
No, that's not what.
If your lordship.
I will read that. I will read
Your
that.
lordships read the caption below the picture. While intent is, let's perhaps not reading that.
Where are you reading?
That's the same picture which is being displayed on the e.
Let me read just one news item and show this newspaper.
The Jharkhand school.
Page 12 of my written,
Just a minute.
my supplementary submission, may kindly have for a moment. That will clinch it.
That only I am reading.
Just read. the
Allow
bottom part.
allow me to read.
He says that these are the question papers, but picture shows
My lord, may kindly see page 11. My lord, may just
OMR sheets.
OMR sheets after the examination.
third,
is
it is
over,
the 3rd of
handed
May.
over.
My lord, may allow me to just to first read, my lord, annexure B at page 11 of my supplementary submission. This
Therefore-
news item and then the photograph, my lord, I will show that.
Incorrect version of the situation may not be. My affidavit is with regard to.
Huda, now you have to formulate what your point is. You said
Yes, my lord.
that there was a systemic failure of NTA in conducting the examination. One, transportation was compromised. The packet remained with a private courier company for 6 days and transported in an e-rickshaw at Hazaribagh on 3 May 2020.
3rd of May 2000, which was received by the principal and instead of the custodian, that is the SBI. And now the information with us is that this principal of Hazaribagh has been arrested for being a conspirator in the leak. He was part of the NTA. He was a city coordinator.
Then what is the next point?
Milord, the next point is the dissemination of the leaked paper was happening from 3rd of May itself. And the evidence of the chat on the Telegram, etc., indicate that the sold paper was being circulated on 4th of May, not 5th of May.
Where do we get that?
My lord, with regard to that, my lord, I have two submissions. One, my lord, in my submission, my lord, what I had said was that there is a flame blare channel which had disseminated the sold paper.
Where is that?
My lord, a question paper. My lord, that I have, my lord, if I can straight away show my first note, my lord, I have said it. They have responded to my first note, thankfully, and they are not commenting on that. I want to read, my lord, page 6 of my first note. First written
Where is
submission.
the first note?
My lord, 10th of July note, which was filed in deference to my lord's direction that it should be one comprehensive note. Where I say, my lord, correct. Flame blare.
Submission will be.
Written submissions, para 2, systemic failure.
Locate that number one.
So there's one principal note, my lord, which I we submitted, 10th of July.
The heading reads as relevant list of dates.
No, written submissions which we have filed on 10th of July. It's a combined written submissions.
We have
It's a
not,
collated one, my lord. There are only two, I believe.
You filed, replied yesterday for that note also.
Yes, you filed reply also to that note.
Yes, yes, filed a
Yeah.
reply to that note. Yes, yes.
My lord, there is one heading systemic failure. So this compromise the sanctity of examination.
Question paper was circulated on Telegram channel.
That's right, my lord. Question paper was circulated on a Telegram channel one day prior to the scheduled examination on 4th of May 2024 at 12 a.m. This breach of security has raised significant concern regarding the integrity of the fairness of the examination process. Given the nature of social media and modern communication platform, it is impossible to accurately determine the full extent of leak and identify all beneficiaries. Information shared on social media spread rapidly and uncontrollably, reaching an extensive audience within a very short period. This phenomenon makes it extremely challenging to segregate the pinpoint the individuals who may have gained unfair advantage. Screen recording of a handle named Flame Blare. Lord, we have this video. Now, in response to this pleading, Lord, they have filed a written note yesterday. They don't talk about it. They don't comment on it.
See, the only thing is which you have to bear in mind as a matter of robust common sense. The idea of somebody who was doing this was not just to make a national charade of the NEET exam. People who are doing it were in it for money,
Correct, correct.
right?
That's right.
It was not people who wanted to sort of bring the whole exam into disrepute.
Correct.
What you would do to bring the whole exam into disrepute is to have a massive dissemination.
This became public
So
only after the
why would,
examination.
right? Somebody who was doing it admittedly, as it now appears, to make money out of the process.
That's right.
Therefore, anybody who was making money out of it he would not circulate it on a mass scale unless he has that network to also connect with other people. Like you have, say, 10 people across in 10 different cities in the state who are all involved in the leakage and being part of the conspiracy to make money.
That's right.
So, is it your case? I mean, we have made a point, note of that point, that this was circulated on Telegram on early morning on the
4th of May.
4th of May at,
That's
at
right.
12:02 12:02
That's
a.m.
right. That's right.
So the whole of 4th went.
Correct. All of 4th and then on 5th, because the examination is on 5th at 2 p.m. in the afternoon.
That's actually, my friend is not correct. We have replied to this in our additional affidavit also, as well as written. affidavit.
When was it actually put on the Telegram channel?
Telegram channel, our stand is, it is a doctored video. Edited is shown in the picture itself, which we have placed on record along with our.
But this is another thing.
And the time
Let me
is
complete
fifth-
it. If I
Just
can
a minute,
complete.
please.
All right.
5th May, 1740 is the time of this minutes video.
Not this one.
After
There's
that.
Let him show minutes that video he is talking of. We have got this.
Telegram channel has an inbuilt feature. If you made some changes or you tamper with it, then that change is also reflected. And therefore, we came to know that this was somebody had circulated after the examination.
Yes, but I will show that video and what they are trying to say and demonstrate that it is
That
factually
is
incorrect.
1740. Manoj, that is
Yes,
540.
if I can, my lord, straight away invite my lord kind attention to NTA additional reply, my lord, what the Learned Solicitor General is saying. Page 24 of NTA additional reply, my lord. There is, this is another Akash test series they have bought it. We didn't know that. But they say there was another channel which was circulating. And they say this circulation happened post the examination. And what is the basis to say so? Let me explain it, my lord. Kindly see page 24 of this NTA additional reply. Now, my lord, this is the original screen at page 1, page 24, which shows paper.
To India.
No, my lord. This is, my lord, additional affidavit of NTA. My lord, it is a screen like this, my lord, may kindly see this. It will be a screen like this.
Page
Page 24, my lord. Annexure A2.
976, yes.
Annexure A2.
Yes. Yes.
Now, my lord, kindly see the second half of it, where date May 4 is written. And
Right.
then there is a paper being shown in this chat. Now, at the bottom of it, my lord, that red circle, they say
Edited
it is,
901.
this is
Edited
edited.
901.
This is edited. Lord, paper is being shown on 4th of May on this Telegram channel. The date is appearing on the top. And at the bottom of this document, my lord, kindly see the circle they have done it for facility.
Circle indicates what? The answer?
Yes, circle, they say, indicates that this message is edited.
Edited 901. Yeah.
And so maybe time is edited. This is their argument. And the real time is, Lord, may kindly see the next page. They say this is the real time. Now I will explain. Lord, page 25, they say the time is 5/5/2024, 1540, 1740. There is a fundamental flaw in this argument. One argument is, my lord, whenever a Telegram channel document is pressed for edited, it can swap, it can swap the document, but the time will remain the same. It can't change the time. I have tried it myself, my lord, with the help of my all colleagues. If on a Telegram channel, I receive a document, I want to edit it. I can swap the document, but the time will not change. This is one. They say the time is changed, which is impossible. Now the next page 25, the time they are giving is not the time of receipt of a document. It is a watermark. It's there.
If I open this question paper, this opens.
Second point was the telegram.
Yes, my lord, telegram, page 24 indicate that on 4th of May, question paper is being circulated. The photograph of the question paper, my lord, appearing, we have compared it with the original. It is this original question paper. The date shown on the top of it is 4th of May and the time is 9 a.m. Now they want this honorable court to disbelieve this date and time with the next page showing. My lord, may kindly see the next page. Next page, page 45 is not the date and time which can ever appear like this in a telegram channel. It is a watermark. If I click a picture, if I click a picture, my lord, with the date and time on, I photo it, then it will appear that the photo is taken on this time and this date. Kindly see the watermark. It's not a date and time appearing on the telegram. Date and time appears like the one it is appearing at page 24. This is how they want this honorable court to believe this. And this is something other than the flame blare, which we have found and seen the video.
What else now?
Yes. Now, Mulad, with this, allow me, Mulad, to come back to Hazaribagh, just one news item to demonstrate that how it is an admitted thing, almost admitted thing that the paper is leaked on 3rd of May. Allow me, Mulad, to come back to my supplementary note for a moment. Page 12 of my supplementary note, Mulad, that is essential. Allow me to read that, Mulad.
Yes,
Page
supplementary note
11.
now. Yeah.
My supplementary note. I have, Mulad, only two notes. One, the main note, and the other is supplementary note. Where I had shown the edit syllabus.
Yes.
Yes, Mulad. Page 11, Mulad. Allow me to read this news, Mulad. The Central Bureau of Investigation probing the NEET UG paper leak case on Friday arrested 3 persons, including principal of so-and-so, and vice principal of the OSS school Hazaribagh, and interrogated 13 suspects arrested by Patna police at so-and-so jail in Bihar capital. The CBI sleuths also visited so-and-so with 2 accused to explore the potential involvement of Rocky, nephew of Allah's mastermind Sanjeev Mukhia, in the case. The principal and vice principal of Hazaribagh School, one of the center for the exam conducted on 5th of May, were arrested after 3 days of the questions involving more than 60 hours over the allegations of tampering of question papers. The identity of the third person could not be ascertained till the time of filing of this report. 3 arrested persons will be produced in CBI court in Patna. CBI had seized cell phone, laptops, school CCTV camera footage with the assistance of forensic experts on Tuesday. According to sources, the CBI uncovered crucial evidence from the 3 months call records obtained from Huck's phone, which led to his arrest. Huck, who served as the district coordinator for NEET, had earlier expressed concern about a potential leak originating from a private courier company and the SBI. That the breach might have occurred at their end. The CBI, which was initially concentrating on the route from the office of the private courier firm at so-and-so to CBI main branch, Julu Park, shifted its focus after analyzing CCTV footage. The footage confirmed that no tampering occurred along this stretch, leading to CBI to suspect Huck, who consistently provided the same response during questioning. Sources told TOI that CBI's attention turned to OSS school located on Mandai Road near Kalu Chowk and its staff. The agency began gathering digital evidence and uncovered that e-rickshaw had gone directly to OSS school on May 3 instead of proceeding to the CBI main branch, where it was supposed to be stored in the strong room. CBI sources said that at the school, the aluminum box was tampered with and the packet containing the question paper was removed. A glue stick was used to reseal the package containing the question paper. The Economic Offences Unit, which had been investigating the case before it handed over to the CBI, also corroborated these findings according to the sources. My lord, allow me to skip this. Now kindly see the next page, at page my lord, 14. I'm sorry, this is page 14, and then 15 is, my lord, this e-rickshaw and the principal of the school who has been arrested now for tampering with the trunk and seal, etc. Page 15. Lord, this is the e-rickshaw. In the affidavit, they said that it is called sealed vehicle, covered and sealed vehicle, guarded, and where all sort of security. Now, this is how, my lord,
Students pay for the NEET exam.
pardon?
How much does each student pay for the NEET exam? 1,700 rupees.
Reserved category was, how much for the reserved category?
3,200
1700
for the reserved category.
general category.
1,700 for the general category and reserved category. 0.33 lakh students into 1,700. How much does it work? Sorry?
And then they have transported these blood boxes in an e-rickshaw with one driver. There is no guard.
Nobody would pose with a photo, to pose for to be photographed like this if these are question papers. This is a part of the process. When you hand over or take over something, you pause with the receipt, etc. This is OMR sheets, not question paper.
That's 1700 for the general. General EWS, OBC and NCL is 1600.
From the exam.
The expense rates.
How much do you make in terms of revenue for this?
Revenue generation. It's about 400 crores and the expenditure is about 300 crores.
Mr. Suresh, do you engage a private courier company?
Lord, your lordships may allow me to show. Lord, the checks.
There is no CCTV in the centers. There is no toilets in some of the
We are not
areas
on
where.
toilets. There are
56%. There is no CCTV.
CCTV footage is recovered. Lord, I will, my lord, show when my turn comes.
All right, your
Yes,
third point now.
besides this-
What is the third point? Supplementary
Yeah,
note?
Lord, besides this, we have placed on record 161 statements recorded by Bihar Police of the accused, which indicate that the paper was available on 4th. If I can straight away read just one statement. That statement is in. Lord, my main note dated 10th of July. Just one statement, allow me, Lord, to read from there.
You are reading Anurag Yadav's statement?
I'm read, yes.
Yes, that your translation is wrong. I have got the original in Hindi.
Okay.
Then
I
it's
believe-
wrong on a very
believe-
crucial point.
Read Hindi. I believe.
It's wrong on a very crucial point.
Okay, okay,
Must be a mistake. I'm not alleging anything.
okay. So, my lord, this statement indicates that my uncle dropped me on 4th, right? The paper leak was on 4th. My uncle dropped me on 4th, right?
One statement with you.
Who gave you this? Lord, yes, Lord, in fact, because so many people are circulating this material on social media from everywhere. But though the candidates here are less, but the anxiety on a social media and the kind of students who are affected by it, but not coming forward to file a petition before this honorable court. They are supporting all these petitions, and this kind of a material is being supplied. And not even the officers, but the other day, I had placed on record the press note of Bihar Police. The IG Police gave that press note. Now, subsequently, they say they have backtracked. IG police gave that press note. The thing is happening in this case. So let them deny that these are not the correct. This is what they say. In the counter affidavit, they say that this is not a certified copy of 161 statement, and hence it should be discounted from the evidence. And hence it should be discounted from the evidence. हाँ
हिंदी वाली certificate.
हाँ इनकी हिंदी वाली सर्टिफाइड
हिंदी वाली लेके आ.
हिंदी वाले स्टेटमेंट मांग लेंगे सर. हिंदी वाले स्टेटमेंट मांग लेंगे सर.
इनको
bathroom में, toilet.
इनको
bathroom में, toilet.
According to you, the leaked question paper was in the leaked mode on the 4th itself.
Correct. On, Lord, I would say third, because for a reason. Let me give a reason, Lord. As per their affidavit, they say all questions papers were deposited with the SBI and Canara Bank on 3rd of May.
Right.
And thereafter, it was taken out of the wallet of the respective banks on 5th of May, 8:15 a.m. on 5th of May.
And according to them, the leak occurred then.
No, they don't say, they are in a denial mode. Now, what I say is, if the leak has not happened during the custody of the banks, then the leak has either happened on the day of the examination or on third or prior to third. There is no leak between 3rd and 5th because the question papers remained in the custody.
Also, I mean, possibly, if according to them, the leak takes place sometime on the morning of the 5th, according to them by.
Yes, they don't say
They
this.
say that the student, what they say that the students
Students were made to memorize.
memorize on the 5th
Now
morning.
let the memorize.
One second. If the students were made, according to them, the students were made to memorize on the 5th morning. All right, according to them. If then, why is that chap behind you saying no to everything that I say? We've also read our brief.
Sorry. Yeah.
According to them, the students were made to memorize. That means prior to the 5th morning, somebody had solved the question
The
papers.
whole argument, I'm so grateful.
If somebody had solved the question papers, it certainly doesn't go to the 5th morning.
Correct.
It has to go at least to the 4th, 5th night, night between the 4th and the 5th.
That's right.
In
And
which case the leak has occurred sometime prior to the night of the 4th and 5th.
I'm so grateful. And
So, which means that their question is, when did the papers get leaked ultimately? Their question is, when did the papers get leaked ultimately?
That's what I was saying.
I would say, if they are certain that leak has not happened when the question papers were in the custody of the banks, then certainly the leak has happened on third or prior to third.
Before the
Before
questions were given to
deposit,
the,
because
before they were given to the bank.
Correct, that's right. Before they were deposited with the bank, everywhere in the entire country, their stand is the question papers were deposited with the banks on 3rd of May. And in their custody, it remained in a wallet and no bank officials are accused and have been arrested. There is no allegation against bank officials.
By the way, in the ordinary course, before the exam, when were they supposed to leave the vaults of the bank? Exam was at 2 o'clock on.
15 in the morning.
Right.
They say that the center head will go collect paper. Now, there is another systemic failure, let me point out simultaneously, like in Bahadurgarh. So the head went to both banks, SBI and Canara Bank, collected paper from both banks, whereas he should have collected paper only from one bank. And
Now
distributed.
tell us one thing.
Please.
There are two possibilities, distinct possibilities. One, the paper gets leaked before the questions are lodged in the custody of the Canara Bank and the State Bank of India, which means that the leak has taken place before the third.
Correct.
Third, they were all safely with State Bank and Canara Bank.
Correct.
The alternate hypothesis is that the leak takes place after they are distributed from the Canara Bank and the State Bank of India and are bound for the centers.
Listen, now, my lord, that is a remote possibility for the reasons, my lord. They're.
Because between 8, going by their hypothesis, between 8:15 in the morning and 10:15 when the students were, according to them, given the papers, it's very unlikely that in 2 hours the questions were solved and then given.
Everything, and they were made to memorize. This is impossible.
So the alternate hypothesis appears to be more logical, according to you,
That's
that the leak occurred even before the question papers were lodged with the.
That's right. Thanks. Correct, Lord. That is my respectful submission.
The State Bank of India and Canara Bank.
Unless it is their case that
And
the
in
leak
which
happened
case,
when it
the
was in
leak
the.
has happened between sometime before the third
Before the.
or on or before the third. Then between the third and fifth, there's a fairly long period of time.
That's right. During the period, my lord, it was in the custody of a private courier company where they were taking it into rickshaws and here and there for days together. For days together in private hands. For days together in private hands.
So what is, since when was NTA established?
2017. It was 17, but the first NEET exam they conducted in 2019. It was 17, but the first NEET
But 2019 onwards, the questions have always been handled by private companies or private couriers?
In the route, en route, there are checks. And if any courier company or any employee of a courier company tampers with the vehicle in which Malod is transporting the trunks, Malod, it would be registered on a real-time basis with digital footprints. I'll be able to show. Malod,
But how is the digital footprint not available here then?
it's not the CBI has investigated that there is no tampering en route.
Why don't?
Anyway,
There is no tampering,
en route.
then where does the tampering take place?
No, there is no, the tampering has taken.
Hey, don't laugh. I mean, this is we are not, we are asking a serious question. This is not, we are not trying to poke fun at the argument or anything. We are trying to understand it.
No, I understand, Malod. Anyway, Malod, let us. Malod,
Where, according to you, where does the leak take place?
so there is no leak which has taken place.
No, okay, where does the breach take place?
There is a breach which has taken place where we have the timings, we have the CCTV footage of someone going inside the particular center. That's what I wanted to show to your lordship.
So, what time does that take place?
Yes, my lord, it is 9. Give me the first report. Lord, it's a part of my. Between 8 to. Between in the morning 8 to 9:23. The person goes in, photographs the paper and comes out. And thereafter, my lord, your lordships will find, my lord, investigation.
But 1 second, assuming that happens between 8 and 9:20, we have to test this hypothesis in the
Yes.
ordinary course of things.
Yes, sir.
According to you, the students got the question paper at about 10 o'clock, 10:15.
After 10, after it was solved.
Is it likely this questions, there are 180 questions,
Yes, sir.
right? Is it possible that in 45 minutes between 9:30 and 10:15, they would have problem solvers preparing the answers to 180 questions and then putting it together for the students in 45 minutes?
Lord, they got 1 hour and there were 7 solvers. I can't, my lord, divulge all this information. It's a part of my report. There were 7 solvers. They demarcated 25 questions each. And I can tell you, lordship, my lord, why they were required to memorize. Lord, if we are, all of us are sitting in one classroom, the 180 plus 20 questions would be same. But the number of the question would be
That's right, jumbled up.
shuffled.
That's right.
My question number 1 would be his question number A. So nobody can give a answer sheet ready that A answer is D, B answer is C. They will have to memorize. And so far the investigation has been able to identify 18 students, and because of this lack of time from 10 to 12, because they were asked to go back to the centers, they have to report to the
But
center.
Mr. Solicitor, the whole hypothesis that within 45 minutes to an hour, not only was there a breach, but the entire question paper was solved in a space of 45 minutes
No,
and
within
then given
1
to the
hour.
students.
Within 1 hour.
Seems to be very far-fetched. In 1 hour, all that happened.
Lord, within 1 hour, and there were 7 solvers, and 7 solvers bifurcated questions.
So according to you, the leak, the breach occurred when the
8 to a.m. in the morning to 9:23 in the morning.
It was taken out.
So the papers left the vault at 8 o'clock, 8 to.
9:23.
The papers left the.
They didn't have much time, therefore,
But what time did the papers leave the vault of the State Bank of India or Canara Bank, whichever bank?
7:30, which is under the videography, under the CCTV, we have recovered the footage, and there is no.
So 7:30 they leave the bank.
Yes,
After that, the paper
they
is.
bring it to the center.
What time does it reach the center?
5 minutes.
From Hazaribagh to-
7:45. And since the.
No, पटना में भी तो होगा ना कोई पेपर.
And since the.
So, but assuming that it was 8:02 to
We have
9:30.
evidence to show, Lord, I'll be able to show it to your lordship. And that is why, that is the reason why, because the students got only 2 hours, Lord, to memorize the questions. I'll be able to show that. Lord, out of 18 students who are identified, who have, Lord, brought at a particular place, only 1 student, Lord, is getting possible admission. Lord, of course, now he would be facing the debarment, etc. Only 1.
But there are about 225 students totally involved,
No,
225.
but I cannot give the figure, but it would not cross, my lord, 150. That's our estimate. And I will be able to substantiate these facts, my lord, by the very my lord, meticulous investigation conducted. My lord, the person who went inside for the purpose of breaking is arrested. The
CBI second report.
my lord, I would request your lordships, my lord, to closely scrutinize the CBI appeal, status report. I would request your lordships, my lord, to closely scrutinize the CBI appeal, status report. My lord, if your lordships can, my lord, may I request? May I request, in report number 1, kindly read from para 27 onwards.
Now see report number 2.
Yes.
Report number 2.
Yesterday, it was filed yesterday.
Report number 2.
Would your lordships consider?
Para 113.8 at page 13. Para 113.8 at page 13.
Second. Your lordships are on para?
Page 13, para 113.8.
Yes.
Page 13, para 113.
The total number of candidates so and so from the, are around so and so. Therefore, my lord, I said that it would not cross roughly, my lord, 150. Therefore, my lord, I said that it would not cross roughly, my lord, 150. And at every stage of the travel route,
113.8,
each,
113.8. Just read it in your mind.
yes, the
That's
total
all.
number,
That's all. Just read it in your mind.
around 150.
This is your figure.
Yes. Therefore, I said my total would not
Correct.
cross 150.
This is your figure.
Yes. Therefore, I said my total would not cross 150. Checks.
It's between Patna and Hazaribagh.
Patna.
Between Patna and Hazaribagh.
What is the distance between?
Lord, it is at a distance. Lord, the one gang member who was also at Hazaribagh, Lord, sent it by WhatsApp. One gang member who was also at Hazaribagh, Lord, sent it by WhatsApp.
How much? 240.
It is my 240 around.
How much? 240.
And their model is, my lord. And their model is, my lord. No, their model is not to allow students also to take photographs because if it leaks, they have been given, kindly, this is crucial. The parents have given post-dated checks. The parents have given post-dated checks.
And started at what time, sir?
Lord, para 50 of first report, my lord, if your lordships can see on this in this context. Of first report, my lord, if your lordships can see on this in this context. Page 19.
हजारीबाग से गए
Page 19.
हजारीबाग से गए
Even 15 questions. Even 15 questions.
Next, a request to once again go through, my lord, these two reports. My lord, their modus operandi or business model, my lord, whichever way we put it, is they ensure that the paper is not leaked and given to students whose parents have given post-dated checks over and above the advance money. So that if it leaks and spread into thousands of people, then the examination is cancelled and they will not get anything. So students, when called for the purpose of memorization, were asked to keep their mobiles out. They also purchased, I don't wish to divulge much, it's mentioned there, my lord. Accused are in custody.
That's love.
Accused are in custody. Lord, we are not adverse to the petitioners, my lord. We are not adverse to the petitioners, my lord.
Have the problem solvers been arrested by the CBI?
Three of them yesterday.
Problem solvers been arrested by the
Today also something has happened.
Doctors at AIIMS, Patna.
Sorry?
Not doctors, I think. Don't, now you say medical students. Earlier you said doctors. Why are you doing this?
Doctors of medical students at Patna.
Earlier you said doctors. Why are you doing this?
That is very significant. Yesterday, I don't know what has happened today. It's an evolving situation.
Because their investigation will show us when they got the question papers. Because, you know,
Where-
I'll tell you
in
one
which
thing.
hotel they were-
Tell you what is worrying us is, how much was the period between the time when the breach occurred and the time of the exam?
Not more
The
than
shorter it is, the less the likelihood of a widespread dissemination.
two to
If
2.5
period, if that time period is say 3 days, then obviously that there's a greater danger of.
Obviously.
If that time period is say about 4 hours, then the
No,
only
let
question
me
is.
assure the petitioners, I am not adversarial to them.
Second,
Their concern is
second,
genuine.
I mean, we have to also look at it this way. Does somebody pay, say, 75 lakhs of rupees for a 45-minute deco into an exam?
Not that much also. It's not, my lord, the figure is also not.
The question is, would they then seek to recover
See,
the
para 105, also first report.
105.
Para 105, also first report.
Maybe, my lord, because, so this is post-dated check. Yes, my lord. So this is post-dated check. Yes, my lord. My lord, meritorious. The parents underestimated. It is really, my lord, a painful thing. It is a painful thing. When we went, my lord, I can't share all this, my lord, where we went for interrogation. But some girls' engagement was going. Some girls' engagement was going. Are considering whether it is a localized event which can be identified student-wise or it is a widespread event.
Mr. Huda, tell us one thing. Is there any evidence? Or, I mean, we are conscious of your limitations also, because investigation is still going on. Investigation is still unfolding. Is there any material to take, any material to indicate that a similar pattern was replicated outside Patna and Hazaribagh?
No, no.
Lord,
None.
there is only one instance. No. My Lord, in Godhra, that OMR sheet thing, they say that the plot was that the students will leave the OMR sheets unmarked, and in the time between time for examination is over and before it is deposited, the geography lecturer, Mr. Tushar Bhatt, he will do the filling and will deposit it. The common sense suggests that he can't do it as a geography teacher unless the paper is already leaked. He has the ready answer, so that as soon as the paper is given to him, he sit down and do the
But
mark.
Godhra, ultimately nothing happened because the
But
district
they did.
magistrate, the
But
district
they did,
administration stepped in.
that they
What-
prevented it by arresting the person before he could do the needful. But the question is, there was people from different states had come to Godhra to let the machination fructify. So the people filled that center pertaining to Karnataka and all other states from the Odisha, Karnataka, etc.
How
people.
many, Godhra, how many students, just 1 second. Godhra, how many students appeared?
In total, Milord, the students, but
But nobody is getting admission.
we can't.
Nobody is getting admission.
Your lordship would allow me to
What has
speak for a
happened?
time?
What has-
Nobody possibly, nobody's getting admission because never went to successional fruition.
That's right.
What has
But tell us one thing, totally Godhra, how many centers were there? Just, I mean, we just wanted to,
I'll just, in the meanwhile, then what happened in Godhra?
just only,
My
just tell
learned
us what
friend is
happened.
right. My learned friend is right. There was a person called Tushar Bhatt. He was the center superintendent, that in charge of that center. He assured students that you pay me this amount. What I will do is I'll ask the physics teacher and chemistry teacher to fill up the answer sheets. Whatever you can answer positively, you are confident, you answer. Otherwise, leave blank because
Tushar, who is Tushar Bhatt?
Tushar Bhatt is a city, he is a physics teacher.
Center
Center
superintendent,
superintendent, himself is a physics teacher and he's,
geography teacher. If I read correctly, it's a geography teacher.
I'll just check.
That's what
But
we have read.
physics teacher and
So he
geography,
was like the invigilator at the center. He was the invigilator at the center.
in charge of the center, but the physics,
And it is alleged that, after the students had filled in their OMR sheets,
he would get
the
3
blanks,
hours
the blanks would be filled in by the.
filled in by me. This information was, came to the knowledge of district magistrate and district education officer.
Lord, this was
There-
a month before, Lord, I had shown the email a month before this information was
So
given.
Godhra has nothing to do with the paper leak per
Paper
se.
leak, therefore the,
Except that what they are saying is that if the center in charge had made that representation, obviously he had the answer somewhere.
what he said was, that they are also arrested.
But were any of the solved question papers recovered from the center in charge in Godhra?
He was not permitted, because the officers came at 2 o'clock on. They sat through the exam and in their presence, they ensured that everything is sealed and sent. So those who kept blank remained blank.
And now from totally, how many students appeared from Godhra? Totally. How many centers were there in Godhra? If you can- 2 centers in Godhra. How many total number of students in Godhra? 2513.
And Lord, how many from outside came?
I'm just going to come to it. 2513 in the 2 centers. Now, out of the 2513, how many come within the cutoff for 1.08 lakh seats? Out of the 2513, how many come within the cutoff for 1.08 lakh seats?
How many are likely?
Around 12 minutes.
Just a second, I'll just write. Godhra, 2 centers, 2513 candidates. And how many come within that 1.08 lakh, the last cutoff?
12, I'm
12.
12.
About 18.
18.
Okay. One center 12, another center about 6. About 18. We have given this pattern of mark distribution also, their performance also is, below average. That is that PDF page number 1016. Below average. That is that PDF page number.
How many students at Godhra out of the 2,513 had come in from, who had changed their centers?
Yes, the 14 could do it. Its application was done by about 36. It was not allowed for on account of non-availability. Only 14 were allowed change of center.
Is there anyone getting out of?
No.
Out of 14, nobody is getting admission in there. 1,08,000.
Who originally applied, Lord, somebody from.
Mr. Huda, then even Godhra seems to be a sort of a localized, See, Godhra,
Cheating issue more than Malod.
Godhra A, it never went through. In the sense that before they could do anything, there were arrests.
Yes, Lord. My submission is not that
Right.
actually the cheating has happened in Godhra, but I say the leak footprint was not confined to Patna. The
It came to
paper had
Godhra.
gone everywhere, and
Not
there was
everywhere.
one
We at least now, we take your point that there's a likelihood that the leaked answers had traveled to Godhra as well.
That's right.
But Godhra, there is one clear distinction that the students had no opportunity to put their.
Lord, somewhere they are caught, somewhere they are not caught. Something
No,
is
but Godhra,
noticed,
no.
something is unnoticed.
Godhra, nothing. Godhra, there is no wrongdoing at all eventually.
Yes.
Because before they could, because the process was not the students memorizing the question, but the center in charge putting the right dots.
But
That never took place in
correct.
Godhra.
But here this honorable court is considering the question whether the leak has a widespread footprint or not. Now, this is one of an indicator that this Mr. Tushar Bhatt had the answers beforehand so that he can do it. So it's a possibility. A possibility cannot be ruled out that he had the sold question paper. A possibility cannot be ruled out that he had the sold question paper.
कंट्री भी हो सकता है ना, ये तो पकड़ा गया है बस.
Godhra,
Yes,
apart from
seven months. Even physics and chemistry teacher who is supposed to put the dots, to answer the questions, they are also arrested.
I see.
And with Mr. Tushar Bhatt, who, it's a case of cheating. He cheated the students that you pay me 10 lakhs, I'll do this.
It's a case of malpractice, but it assumes that they had the benefit of the answer sheets.
That's right.
The solved question paper.
That's right.
Because those physics and chemistry teachers who were to fill in the blanks, they would also have, they would not do it on the spot. They would have the pre-prepared swab.
Mr. Bhatt said, Mr. Bhatt said, Mr. Bhatt, Mr. Bhatt said, I would have 3 hours before I seal the answers. So he gave it to the students or the parents.
That was his representation.
That is his representation based upon which he recovered some money.
Mr. Huda, from what we have now, I think we can wrap up your submission because we are the other
I will
side.
just quickly wrap
Now,
up in 10
it
minutes.
appears that Godhra, I don't think we can say is an example of a very widespread
I have just
decay.
one thing to point out.
There is no evidence to indicate that actually that scheme went through. In which case, as of now, we find that there is only wrongdoing which has taken place in Hazaribagh and Patna. To postulate that, on that basis, then the only thing which we are left with are the statistics.
And what
That 61 students got 720 out of 720. Out of 61 students, as we now know, 44 got it because of that award of full marks, treating both the options of a question as correct. Can we cancel an examination only on that basis?
Yes,
That's
but
the point.
let me very
Or,
rapidly.
or is it something which falls short of the threshold which requires the court to cancel an
Let me
entire examination?
very rapidly give me my view. A month before, admittedly, College Kaka, which I pointed out on the first date also, wrote to NTA that College Kaka is a counseling center on 3rd of April 2024, more than a month before this exam. He indicated that this scam of OMR sheets being filled up later is going to happen. Please take care. The email is received on 3rd of April. In their response now, they say the email from the entity College Kaka subsequently has been forwarded by NTA to the appropriate concerned authority for investigation and necessary action. So this conspiracy was already a month before hatched. So this conspiracy was already a month before hatched.
come from Babu Garing.
I'll just do it.
But one more angle, this Mr. Bhatt, Tushar Bhatt, would have the question paper from 2 o'clock onwards, not after 5. One of his student can give it to him. 2 o'clock onwards. And they would start solving it. Thereafter, somebody, that was his my lord, idea of committing fraud, and therefore he started approaching parents of his knowledge. Of his knowledge. We have recovered 30 post-dated checks.
Yes, my lords wanted to know.
Rapidly, my lord,
whose
rapid up.
team, whose center was changed, which they say is pre-planned and conspiracy. Not even a single candidate has come. Center was changed, which they say is pre-planned and. Actually, at that also. Not even a single candidate has come. Actually, at that also.
My lord, the story they are giving to this honorable court that the paper was collected from Hazaribagh at 7:30 and 240 kilometer in the transit. There was a breach, and on that breach, everything happened. Paper was
I
sold.
don't think that is the case.
My lord,
It's
that's
not-
the case.
Mr. Solicitor, is it your case, Mr. Kaushik? I don't think that is the case.
My lord, that's the case.
Mr. Solicitor, is it your case, Mr. Kaushik? Which was being transported from Hazaribagh?
Yes.
No, not from Hazaribagh.
Where?
It traveled to Hazaribagh to one of the gang members.
My lord, that is
It happened in Patna.
My lord, it's an.
It's his school.
Oasis school is in Hazaribagh, your lord,
Right.
right? Where this breach happened.
But the breach occurred in at Oasis school, according to you.
And we have the my lord, CCTV footage.
That
The
the school
footage
is 3rd of May.
before 8:02 a.m. where both the trunks are like this. After 9:23, both the trunks are
And what about the Patna breach?
It is linked.
linked to Hazaribagh. On a para 50, my lord, if you're
What they say is-
But therefore, the Hazaribagh, the leak occurred in Oasis school, according to you.
Yes.
But in Patna, how is it linked to Hazaribagh?
My lord, the gang was seen. If your lordship sees para 50 of my first report.
Lord, 3rd of May, the Hazaribagh, it reached 3rd of May. School. 3rd of May, the Hazaribagh, it reached 3rd of May. School.
My lord, page 19. My lord, page 19. Chintu is Hazaribagh. But this Chintu is Patna. Yes. And they ensured, my lord, that they purchase a new mobile with a new SIM card so that there is no further leak.
I'm not sure. 45 minutes, the whole question paper can be solved. So the primary breach occurs at Hazaribagh.
Yes.
Where the questions, the solving also takes place at Hazaribagh. It's relayed to Patna and then disseminated at 10:15. So that means between 9:30 and 10:15, the entire 180 questions were resolved.
After
It
question.
is the Patna FIR. The Patna police who first launched the FIR
Can I?
at 6 o'clock. They say we were tipped off by our people by the police in Hazaribagh. We catch that man there. That man tells us that we were on the previous evening itself, we were taken to this play school and all this was memorized. And what came in the NEET exam was exactly the same. So therefore, the leak, it has reached Patna on the 4th.
No, 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 but the
Please read the FIR. Please read the FIR. Please read the
FIR
Patna
is
FIR.
not the final copy.
The Patna FIR, the Patna police, what,
My lord, would your lordship?
it's the Patna
When-
FIR which is crucial. And
Only
why?
a minute.
and
The
ju-
case
just one-
diary, do we have the case diary of the Patna police?
The Patna
We have
police
the-
has
we have
submitted,
recovered.
they have submitted a report.
My lord,
to-
let me finish, my lord.
Which is an EOU report to the ministry. That report has not been placed before your lordships because the CBI takes over on the 22nd of June.
Huh?
Or before that, the investigation was done by Patna, by the EOU. The EOU submitted a comprehensive report which is not before your lordship.
My
Your
lord-
lordships compares that report with what the CBI has done. Many more questions will arise.
Now, let me answer questions rather than arising questions. And please don't.
Please summon that.
We are in the
report.
court, not on the screen. Please see. My lord, para 50.
My lords, that's an unwanted thing from the Solicitor General.
Anyway, my lord, para 50 at page 90.
That's not,
At 10:15 a.m.
Mr. Mehta,
That anyway. At 10:15 a.m. on 5/5/24, so-and-so received NEET solved exam question paper number so-and-so. Your lordship knows, my lord, there was a burnt question paper which was found by Patna police. And burnt question paper had the center number. Question number so-and-so.
Which Kumar accesses it in OA?
Question paper had the center number. Question number so-and-so.
Which Kumar accesses it in OA?
This Lord, Lord, may I say something? Lord, para 51 also. Lord, may I say something? One part goes at 10:35. Para 51 also. One part goes at 10:35. My lord, at the outset, Mr. Hegde is a dear friend. We pull each other's legs, but this was unwarranted. Leaving it at that. But half of the question, my lord, paper was received at 10:35. Your lordship would find page 21, the photograph. They burnt the question paper because they didn't want that to travel anywhere else because that was their the source of money. But a part was, my lord, fortunately recovered, which contains this 6136488. This is the center number of
Hazaribagh, how many centers were there?
5.
Five. Just one second, I'll make a note of that.
So students were also, my lord, from all over the centers. The leak is at one center, but OSS, my lord, but
Centers, totally, how many students in Hazaribagh? Centers, totally, how many students in
One.
Hazaribagh?
many हैं भाई. The candidates कितने हैं? अच्छा, total candidates.
Total.
Candidates. That's NP. अच्छा, total candidates.
Total.
Candidates. That's NP.
5 centers, 2,736.
Then?
736.
2736. कितने qualify होते हैं?
736.
How many candidates would now fall in that 1.08 lakh? How many of those 2,700 would have qualified for admission? How many of those 2,700 would have qualified for admission? Because we'll see.
One thing is clear, they are not in the first. Lord, kindly see, my lord, report of the IIT Madras.
That we got 56,000 are for the government medical colleges, the rest will be.
Hazaribagh or Patna, my lord, doesn't find place there. So possibly,
Let's,
very few would be, my lord, selected.
in the 1.08 lakh candidates, how many? We want to now see, because admittedly there has been a breach at Hazaribagh and Patna.
It's from all 5 centers, those who would be able to qualify are around 80 only.
1.8.
80, 80.
8.
1.8.
80. यहाँ से देखना पड़ता है।
How many centers in Patna?
I'll give you a lot.
How many centers in Patna?
Lord, in first 60,000, earlier, in first 60,000, 60, in 2023, Patna had 1993 students. I am reading from the report of the IIT. Now it has come down to 1561 students. First 60,000. Thereafter, my lord, I'll.
Now this time Patna, how many centers were there?
Thereafter, my lord, I'll.
Now this time Patna, how many centers? 7 centers. They are saying 7.
Yeah.
12 centers.
12 centers. And totally how many candidates?
12 centers.
12 centers. And totally how many candidates?
I'll give you exact.
अब continue करना है ये.
यहाँ पे नहीं वो तो first 100 लेकिन first मतलब those who will be qualified.